What's up, guys? Chris Chef Sports Cards here. We're doing 2022 Topps Pro Debut, third hobby case break. Number one. How is everyone this evening? Welcome to a lovely Saturday night with all new stuff to break. This has been a long time, months and months since we had a night where we could break all new stuff. It's very, very fun. I'm so happy. Hope everyone is well and having a wonderful weekend. So anyway, welcome. Especially for anybody who's new to the channel, welcome. A little bit about us. We've been around for 5 years now. We break mostly baseball, but a little bit of everything else mixed in. We ship all cards from every break. We're very generous with the top loading, and we ship as quickly as we can, usually within a day or two of the break. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. We do free breaks, and when we do them, we use our subscriber list from YouTube. For the random, please make sure you're publicly subscribed. Make sure your account's public so we can see your name. For anybody who is new, or if anybody didn't check yet, we are doing a free break on October 13th, Friday. We did the random last night, so if you are a subscriber and didn't get to see that video, go check it out. See if your name came up in the top people there. I will start reaching out to people on Monday, probably, to confirm the spots. We have 3 people confirmed already, so go check it out. See if you got a spot in the break. Also, the website, chefsportscards.com. We got some Prism up there. We got Topps Chrome. We have Series 2. We have Bowman. We got all kinds of stuff. We give away stuff with every break. We give away a Series 2 blaster every break that we fill. When we do a sellout, we give away a box of Clearly Authentic. So head on over to chefsportscards.com and grab your spots today. Alrighty. Let's go over the teams. D-backs, Rich L. Braves, Derek C. Orioles, Patrick D. Red Sox, Jeffrey L. Cubs, Robert Y. White Sox, Robert J. Reds, Donta B. I hope I'm saying that right. Guardians, Yanka C. Rockies, Rich L. Tigers, Jason H. Royals, Ricky W. Astros, Nick B. Angels, Michael M. Dodgers, Donta B. Brewers, Jason D. Twins, Chris F. Marlins, Joe K. Mets, Doug B. Yankees, Nick G. A's, Joe K. Phillies, Wayne R. Pirates, Gregory B. Cardinals and Padres, David D. Giants, Sam P. Mariners, David D. Rays and Rangers, David H. Blue Jays, JB. And finally, Nationals, David H. Doug, are you watching right now by chance? Doug B? See if you're out there. Nobody's, it's quiet in the chat. What is going on? Nobody wants to chat. It's like, hello. All right, Doug B, if you're out there, hit me up in the chat real quick. I just want to make sure I just wanted to double check your PayPal address so I can send you that payment. So if you can get back to me even on the email, I'll send it out as soon as you get back to me. I know you sent it to me once. I just want to make sure I don't send it to the wrong person by accident. That wouldn't be good. I want you to get your money. All right, Pro Debut action. Pro Debut is an interesting because they do 4 autos in the hobby, 3 in the jumbos, but they have the chrome in the jumbos. We will do jumbos next week. I got a case of it sitting behind me right here. So if you're into the chrome cards too, we'll have those next week. We have another one of these tomorrow night. All right, let's get to it. Make sure we're focusing. Yeah. Sal Frelick in there. Jordan Vyers and Alberto Rodriguez for the Everett Aqua Sox. Numbered 8 of 99. Rich, what's up, buddy? Which I believe the Aqua Sox is Seattle, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I just want to make sure. I know you sent it to me, but I was just nervous. I sent Evan his today, so I want to get yours to you. So just email me and I'll send it tonight after the breaks are over. I'm one of those double checking kind of people. Sorry about that. I'm sure it's probably right, but Cespedes brick by brick. And a Matt Frazier. That's for Pittsburgh. The Altoona Curve is Pittsburgh. Not numbered. Base. Basey base. Christoph, what's up, buddy? Oh, look at that. Rich. Chris says hi to you. He doesn't even say hi to me. And I see where I am in the pecking order here. You guys use me for my hits. I'm joking. I'm joking. Robert Hassel. Mo Vaughn, New Britain Red Sox. That's a cool looking card. Nelson, Diego Cartaya. It's John Richland. What do they say in the core? God, country. I forget what the saying is. God, country, something that sounds like that. Dalen Lyle. Colson Montgomery draftee debut. Oh, you don't cursing. Come on, man. Phillies are just trying to hand it to the Brewers, man. In the world are they doing? I mean, they're winning the second half of this thing tonight, but my God, this should have been. See, I made a mistake. I was reading, what was it? The statistics, like who was making the playoffs, like 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago, and of course the Phillies were at like 96.4%, and then they just proceeded to lose every game since then. Unit Core God Country. Thank you. That's what I was trying to think of. Unit Core God Country. Okay. I was completely off. That's there's a Curtis Mead. Nice one for Tampa. Tampa. Who's got Tampa? Tampa Bay is David H. There you go, buddy. Unit Core God Country. Yeah, see, I got to remember that now. That's from what's it called? Well, I'm sure it's probably from the core, but that movie with Jack Nicholson movie. Which one is that? Few Good Men. That's it. Unit Core God Country. Wayne, how you been, buddy? Barry Zito. Oh, there he is. Just got called up, right? Francisco Alvarez, 38 of 199. Number one prospect. Francisco Alvarez. The old Cyclones and for Doug. There you go, buddy. Bloody. All right, gotcha. Thanks, Doug. Appreciate it, buddy. I don't mean to be paranoid. I just feel better when I double check things, like that, The only thing I miss about Pro Debut is they don't do the relics. Remember they used to do like the hot dog vendor relics and stuff like that. They were always fun. Orvelis Martinez, brick by brick, because of the pandemic, they didn't have anyone to get relics from that one year, so they stopped doing it. But it used to be like, here's the guy who sells tacos at the Altoona Curb Stadium shirt. They were always fun. I have a few of those. And Colin Burns for the Delmarva Shorebirds, who I believe is Baltimore. Be Patrick. Got it, Doug. It's a good one to get. So I can go into the Eagles game tomorrow. The one game I picked for the year. We haven't been doing a game in like 4 years, and it's gonna be like half a hurricane. It'd be wonderful. So by the time we're doing breaks tomorrow night, I should be fully drenched, exhausted, and a little out of it by that point. Oscar Corlas. Henry Davis drafty debut. Of course, that's the way it works, because when I originally planned to go to this game, it was literally because of when it was. Like first week of October, daytime Sunday game. Like I thought, like 60-degree weather, it'll be nice. I won't have to go out and freeze my balls off like in November, December. And then of course we have like a tail end of a hurricane coming through. And it's funny too, because if you look at the weather, it's basically pretty clear right up until about an hour before the game starts tomorrow. And then JC Correa for the Asheville Tourists. The Tourists is Asheville. Why can't I remember Asheville? Oh yeah, well, you have to. I forget you're on the opposite schedule from the rest of us. Oh, Astros, Houston Astros. That's right. Houston. That one's for Nick. Thank you, Chris. Phil Negro. All right, box number 2. So we got Topps Fire coming up next. I'm apparently one of the very few people breakers who actually got enough boxes to do a break. Although that's the only 4 boxes I got. I ordered a case, and I was lucky enough to only get 8 boxes canceled. Since it seems like they canceled like more than half of the orders out there from what I saw. But um, so that's coming up next at 11, and then we got Prism at midnight. If you're in either of those breaks. I do have some fire blasters for next week. I don't know for one of those too. So I don't know. Maybe I'll try to procure 4 more boxes of fire from somewhere for next week. Yeah, yours got canceled. A lot of people's got canceled. I got to be honest. I think I was lucky to get the 4 that I did, from what I've heard from people. I mean, it happened to be that I ordered, the way I placed the order was I ordered them in 3 lots of 4, and I think that if I would have made a larger order at once, I probably would have gotten them all canceled. So I just got lucky, I guess. Henry Davis. That's okay. I never get lucky on drops or anything like that. So I still don't know how drops at Fanatics work. I've never once, nor do anybody I know who's done a Fanatics drop, has actually gotten boxes from them whenever they do, like, select football or this or that. I even have, like, my friends and family and stuff put in for it, and nobody has ever hit one. So, Jackson Merrill for San Diego. Nice one there. A lot of good names in Pro Debut, man. Great way to add some good names inexpensively to your collection. It's Pro Debut. San Diego is David. There you go, buddy. The thing about fire is, and granted, I realize they print these things God knows when, but like, fire took a long time to get fulfilled. You would think they could have printed more if they wanted to fulfill those orders, unless they just screwed up and didn't give Target enough or something. But I mean, I purchased those boxes like 6 weeks ago, like 6 weeks before I got them. So I mean, if they really oversold it so much, they probably could have produced more of it if they wanted to. I don't know. Brick by brick, Luciano. Hasn't been the best month for Topps, that's for sure. There's no doubt about that. For Houston, Dari Lorenzo autograph, 149 of 150. For Nick. You would think like that would play into their decision a little bit too. Guys, listen, we totally screwed everyone on Topps Chrome. Maybe we should try not to cancel all these fires orders for people. But again, their Topps old customer service comes shining through. It's just like the Silver Pack fiasco. Like, they said, oh, they're going to start shipping on the 30th. They don't actually, like, tell anybody. Like, oh, they're on the way. Oh, you'll have them by. So, you could have them tomorrow or Monday or whatever, and then not have them for a month. Alexander Mojica. Numbered 67 of 199. Now, Chris, you say, did yours get canceled from Topps or from Target? That one was for the Pirates. Is Gregory? Buddy. Topps. Okay. Because I did actually hear some people got their Target ones were canceled too. Guy Rosario, numbered 165 of 199. And Ian Moeller for Texas. Number 55 of 150. Order from Target. Got it in 2 weeks. Just one hobby. Oh, you did get it. Okay, that's good. Well, that might be why. It sounds specifically that it. Well, I shouldn't say that, but from what I was reading, it seemed like anybody who a lot of people ordered multiples got some, if not all, canceled. You know. Guys, as I said earlier, too, if you didn't check it out, we did the random for the free break last night. The video's up. Robert Hassel. I'll start contacting people on Monday about getting the spots. So we do have a few confirmed already. People reached out to me. We are going to do that on not this coming Friday, the following Friday. Ezekiel Tovar for the Spokane Indians. Colorado. He is Colorado. From Rich. Here you go, buddy. You would think since the Indians went to the Guardians, all the minor league teams named Indian, even though they're not part of their organization, would change their name to find something else, you know? But that would make too much sense, I guess. And a drafty debut, Marcelo Mayer, numbered 5 of 99 for the Red Sox. For Jeffrey. So I had like the strangest experience yesterday. I don't know if anybody else has this, but I've lived in my house for 15-ish years now. And I wouldn't say that we're necessarily the friendliest neighborhood in the world, but we certainly know our neighbors, you know, Jordan Walker, brick by brick. Especially the ones that are directly like next door to us on either side. We know them very well and know some other people on the block and some people have kids and know them because of my son and stuff like that. But I get home yesterday and this woman who I swear to God lives like 5 doors down from me. I've never seen her in my life in 15 years. Kelvin DeCastro auto for Toronto, for Jay. And I'm like at my truck and I'm kind of getting my stuff together to go in the house because I share a driveway. So we only put one car in our driveway. My wife's car, she parks in the driveway and I park on the street. So does my son. He parks on the street too. So I'm getting out of my truck and I hear this, excuse me, excuse me. I'm like, oh Christ, here we go. And I turn around and here's this woman. I swear to God, in 15 years, I've never seen her in my life. And she only lives like 4 doors down from me. And she's like, could you help me with something for a few minutes? And she's an older lady. I would say she's conservatively, in her late 50s, early 60s. I mean, not old, but older than me. And she's, let's call her a heavyset woman, with obviously some issues, medical issues, getting around and such. Obviously, that's why I've never seen her before. She like freaked me out. I was like, yeah, sure. What can I help you with? And she said, I'm sure it has a name. One of you guys will know what it's actually called, but like the vent for the dryer you have in your house, that the hose hooks up to, and it's like in the window to let steam out and whatever. I'm sure it has an official name, whatever it is. Hers got knocked in, and she was like, could you fix this for me? Blah, blah, blah. And it really was kind of knocked in. It looked like it got hit by something or whatever. And I go over and look at it and I'm like, and honestly, it really needs to be done from the inside, like to do it properly. And she's like, well, would you just come in and Hendrik Penungo for the Cubs, 7-75. And she's like standing at her door, and I don't know this one. I'm 49 years old, like, and I feel like a kid, like somebody's offering me candy. You know what I mean? Like, oh, here's some candy, little boy. I'm like, what is waiting me on the other side of this door? 15 years I've been here. I've never seen this woman in my life. And she's lived there longer than that. She's been there since before I've lived there. Could you come in and fix this thing? And I'm like, I was like, you know what? Let me call my son. I just wanted to get another body over there with me in case I was in a brawl in like 2 minutes or something like that. So she's like, well, why do you need your son? I said, well, I need help. Somebody has to hold it in place while I secure it and this and that. And of course I try to call my son. He's asleep on the couch. And finally she's like, oh, just come on. I'm like, okay, here we go. Penungo, 137 of 199. It's like, it's like, just seemed like something out of a bad horror film. And I'm like literally standing on her porch, like things are running through my head. Like, is this woman going to shank me when I get inside the door? She actually was very nice. Nothing happened, obviously. Yeah. Oh no, Rich, you would not want this to be the beginning of a porn movie if you saw, if you saw this young lady. It's so stupid though. Like, I'm a big dude. I'm like 6'4", 270, like, and not that I have any energy to fight anyone anymore, but I used to be able to handle myself if need be. Lou for the Sox, the Red Sox. But it's it's just, you have those weird things in your life where like things start running through your head. You're like, is there someone on the other side of this door? Needless to say, I fixed it. She was thankful, and that was it. That was the end of it. So no real excitement, but I felt like walking away. I felt so embarrassed that I even thought that, But who knows nowadays? You don't know what people are doing. People are crazy out there, She might have been, looking to cook me up or something. I'll tell you what, it's scary, like how things. So back in the 90s in Philadelphia, there was a horrible case in the city. Um, I mean, his name is the Center City Rapist, this guy, and he struck many times right in Center City, Philadelphia. And he actually ended up murdering like two women. It was horrible. And it got so bad in Philadelphia that they were literally pulling guys off the street. Khalil Watson draftee debut to do DNA testing because that's all they had was like some DNA from the guy. They would literally, I mean, like thousands of men in Philadelphia were like literally just tested. And he went away for a while. It ended up, when they finally figured out who it was years later, he ended up being in prison for some time. So the attack stopped, but then got out and they started again and this and that, you know. So I used to live in the city at the time in Center City, all in like my 20s and stuff. I lived down in like Center City, Philadelphia. And like people were freaked. This dude was an animal, right? I mean, he attacked dozens of women and, like I said, killed some people and this and that. Hey, there he is again, J.C. Correa for the second time. 135 of 150. So anyway, they were giving all these warnings and stuff out there. They were saying they had a description of the guy. And he was like supposed to be like 5'8", kind of like olive skin. And you'll know in a minute why I remember and know all this. But let me just put it this to you: not 6'4", 250 Irish guy. You know what I mean? So, but one of the big things was he used to strike at like in the middle of the night. Like he would break into places at like 4 a.m. and stuff like that. So they had come out on TV on the news and said, people be aware of people who are out late at night and so on and so forth. So Luis Gonzalez, numbered 5 of 199. So I was a restaurant chef, you know, for 30 years. And I used to come home at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I mean, that was normal for me, you know, especially back then when I was like in my 20s. I always worked like independent restaurants where we, you know, worked 20-hour days and stuff like that. So where I lived at 17th and Latimer at the time. And right around the corner from us was one of the newspapers. Their parking was there. And parking was always available at night, but you had to be out of the space by 8 a.m. Jose Rodriguez to 150, 91 of 150. There you go. Nice one there. So one night I come home from work and I parked over there. I couldn't find a parking space anywhere because I had to park on the street. And I was like, well, screw it. I'll just park here and I'll set my alarm for 7:30 or whatever, get up and come down and move it, go back to bed. I go home, do whatever. I come down that morning, I get my truck and I go to move it. And all of a sudden, like cars are pushed up on me. Like there's a car like pulls right up on me real hard. And I look out my passenger side window and there's a guy standing there with a gun pointed at me. And I'm like, what the, you know? Now, first of all, I've been awake for about 3 minutes at this point, right? I was probably severely hungover because I always was back in those days. And I look out my window, like the driver's side window, Cass is brick by brick, and there's another guy standing there with his gun in his hand, and they were undercover detectives. And as soon as I start rolling down the window, the guy's laughing. I'm, you know, for lack of a better term, shitting myself, you know. And the guy's literally laughing as I'm rolling the door down. And I'm like, what is so funny? Lonnie White for the Pirates. For Gregory. And I guess somebody in my neighborhood or one of my neighbors must have called the tip line and been like, hey, this guy comes home at like 3, 4 in the morning thinking I might be the guy. You know what I mean? And as soon as the guy saw me, he was like, yeah, sorry, dude. We're sorry to bother you. You can go. But, and it was one of those things I was like, yeah, sure, officer, whatever, you know, like I'm happy to help, you know. But I move my car and I go back up to my apartment and lie down in bed and my heart's like racing and I'm thinking to myself like, oh my God, this is how people go to prison for things they don't do. You know what I mean? Like The neighbor calls. They decide they want to pin it on someone. Like, oh man, that scared the shit out of me. And it wasn't until some years later that they caught that guy. I mean, he was a bad dude. He was really horrible. But it took some more years. But that's how bad the city was at the time. Like, they didn't care if somebody called with anything; they were checking it out. That type of thing. It was scary as hell. Trey Sweeney drafting debut. I've luckily most of my life stayed on the proper side of the law, so I, well, or at least haven't been caught, whatever I was doing at the time. But look, I know everybody in prisons is innocent. I get that part, but there are legitimately people in prison who are innocent, who they always find out years later. And I always think like, wow, if those cops had just had enough and said, hey, somebody called, we're pinning on this dude. Whew, that scared the hell out of me. I'll tell you what, it is one of the reasons I'm glad I don't live in the city anymore. For the Nationals, TJ White autograph. Yeah, I think they had living in a small town certainly has its perks, and it's probably its negatives too, because if you do something wrong, they know exactly where to get you. Yeah. Like there's no blending into the background if you're It's so funny. When I was younger, I could never not think of living in a city. Like when I graduated culinary school, I lived in Charleston, South Carolina for 3 years. Oh my God. It was the equivalent of like pulling hairs out of my head one by one. I hated it there. Things were so slow. But like now, I would love to live there. Like, it's a beautiful place. But for a 21-year-old sous chef, it wasn't the most happening town at the time. And being from the Northeast, things were just slower down there. I just wasn't used to that. So when I moved, like I lived in Chicago, I've lived in New York, I've lived in Philly, but now to think to live in those places, oh God, no. No interest whatsoever. I enjoy a nice suburb as much as the next guy. All right, box 4. Good luck, everyone. So that was probably my most extreme brush with the law. You always get an interesting story here at Chef Sports Card. And there's a nice one for Seattle. Harry Ford Gold. 14 of 50. For Seattle. So I was watching some Prism breaks last night. I haven't opened any Prism. We're going to open some tonight. I don't know if anyone else noticed. Every break I watched, they were getting 4 autos in a box instead of 3. I don't know if it just happened to be who I was watching. They got lucky with the case, or if that's the way they are. But Aguero brick by brick. I don't know if anybody else noticed that. It's always nice to get bonuses. Ooh. San Francisco, Luciano Emerald Future Cornerstones to 25, 21 of 25. Nice one for the Eugene Emerald or San Francisco Giants. Cool looking card. Every single one, Rich? Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm hoping that's, across the board. They have hot boxes too, with those Carolina Blue Parallels. There's like 1 hot box per case. But, I mean, look, it's substantial to add an extra auto to every box in a case. I mean, that's an extra 12, make it for a better deal for the buyers. Well, I guess we'll see when we open some tonight. It's a nice Luciano. Who had? I'm sorry about that. Sam. There you go, buddy. That should pay for the spot, my friend. What time we got? 10:43. We're on track. Sal Frelick drafty. Yeah, but they were sold out. Where did you see Gallery Mega Boxes at, John? Unless there's at Walmart. I got some blasters coming in, but it's funny. I went to go buy some on Tops, and it was still up there. But when I clicked on it, they said it was sold out, so I couldn't even get any. Yeah, if anyone out there runs into some at Walmart, man, I'll buy them. But I did order 10 blasters for a break, so we'll have it for next weekend, so we can do something. But Walmart didn't have any left on their site. Are they still there, John? Now, Walmart. Shizer. There's one for the Cardinals. Ryan Holgate green. 78 of 99. Was that, John, was that at Walmart or on the website? See, there you go. There's a positive living in a small town because you can't find any here, that's for sure. Yeah. If you guys want to make a trip to Walmart, let me know. I'll pay you for them. I'd like to be able to do a couple breaks. I mean, we usually do a couple breaks of it, but like I said, it sold out on Tops before I could get to it. I was busy buying the logo fractor boxes. Arvelis Martinez, numbered 76 of 199. We do have some of those coming in. I picked up like 20 of those Topps Chrome logo fractor boxes. They have the short prints in them and everything, and it's basically like a mega for, like a Bowman mega for Topps, for Topps Chrome. So they should be good. Again, they're coming from Topps, so Lord knows when they'll actually come in. Are they in mega boxes of Chrome too? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we have a blaster break of Chrome this weekend. I'm really right now waiting on the silver packs at this point before I push on with that. Well, I mean, if we get those logo fractor packs and we'll do boxes, we'll do those. But I mean, we have like 10 breaks that we have to catch up on silver packs when they come in. So I think I'm going to hold off on, other than this blaster break on Sunday, going to hold off on any Chrome until we get that settled. Well, if anyone's making a run to Walmart and they have them, you guys know how to get a hold of me, man. I'll purchase them off you, and I'm sure we can come to a respectable deal. You guys make some cash too. And old Bubba Chandler for the Pirates. He's the pitcher slash shortstop, right? Isn't that him, Bubba Chandler? The guy who plays both. Pittsburgh is Gregory. There you go, bud. last few packs. And we'll do a hit recap and get out of here real quick. Thanks, John. I'd appreciate that, buddy. Lawler drafty debut. I don't need a lot of them, but, usually enough for 1 or 2 breaks, like 4 or 8 boxes or whatever. Maybe between a few of you if you find them. Here's my man, Warming Bear Novel. Like to try to do a little bit of everything around here, especially baseball. Fralick brick by brick. And Brainer Bonacio for the Red Sox. For Jeffrey. All right. All right, guys, I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. As always, I couldn't do this without you, and I truly, truly do appreciate it. If you're not in any of our other breaks tonight, please stay safe, stay healthy out there. We will have another pro debut tomorrow night. Next few weeks, like I said, we got this hobby, and then we're gonna get into a jumbo case next week too. So, which has the chromes in it also. Bear with me for a second. I'll put this hit recap together. Well, it seems like the Phillies are trying to gift wrap it for them. I mean, at least the Phillies won tonight, but they've been horrid. I mean, just horrid. It doesn't matter. Either team gets in, they're going to get blown out in the first round because neither one of them are playing any good. That's the thing with playoffs. You got to be playing well on your way in. Got myself all screwy up here. All screwy up. All right, guys, we're doing a hit recap for 2022 Topps Pro Debut, third hobby case break, number 1. Our parallels first. 199, Francisco Alvarez, Mojica, Martinez, Gonzalez, Rosario, and Pinango. And then 150, Rodriguez and Moeller. 299, another Alberto Rodriguez and Marcelo Mayer drafty debut. Yohendrick Pinango 75, and a very nice Harry Ford 50. And then autographs, base autos, we had Colin Burns, Jackson Merrill, J.C. Correa, Bubba Chandler, Brainer Bonacio, Lou, T.J. White, Lonnie White, Ezekiel Tovar, Raquelvin DeCastro, Matt Frazier, Curtis Mead. Nice names in here. Daria Lorenzo 150. And J.C. Correa 150. Ryan Holgate 99. And a very, very tasty Future Cornerstones Luciano Orange 25. Future Cornerstones autograph card. That's a cool looking card. All right, guys. Again, thank you so much for joining us. Hit that like and subscribe on your way out the door, and go check out the website, chefsportscards.com. Have a great night. Take care. Bye.